thank you for tuning in to your official TV partner of this year's CCMF. I'm Eric Weisfeld.
And I'm Rachel Bogle. As you can hear behind us, the party is definitely getting started. Let's go ahead and get a live look right now over the festival grounds. Oh, it is the place to be, and we are continuing to bring you our live team coverage of all the action here at CCMF. We got our Ian Klein, Ali Espinosa, Ashley Listrom, and Tegan Brown all going to be joining us from across the festival grounds.
I think the country gods are kind of looking down on Myrtle Beach and CCMF saying, we got you.
I agree.
Bring it on.
But if you have seen any of the videos from Carrie Underwood's Vegas residence, you know if there was an artist to perform in the rain,
oh, yeah.
she is fully prepared, but I'm sure she's probably pretty happy that she doesn't have
She'd probably
to.
rather not.
Yeah.
But I do want to say, looking at that Saturday, I think we can now confirm that Mother Nature, like a lot of these fans here, have been waiting a year for Morgan Wallen to come.
Right.
So she's setting him up real good
It
for
is
a great
looking
night.
really good.
Yes.
Morgan's debut in Myrtle
That's
Beach.
going to be a blast.
I'm ready to run it back and do it all over again, especially for an artist like Cameron. I mean,
his voice. Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. And just being up there, too, just feeling the energy of that crowd, it just gives you a little bit of a taste of what these artists get to experience in their shows.
It's so important for you to protect yourself. That means sunscreen for sure.
Yeah, there are plenty of steps in place from the professionals, too, but there are things that you can also do to kind of help the situation. Our Ian Klein got to speak with folks from the Myrtle Beach Fire Department about how to stay safe out here. So one of those things is watching those warning signs. Ian, what signs should people be looking out for that they could be facing some issues with the heat? So if you're feeling hungry around this time of day or any time, just know that there are several places to grab a bite to eat out here while you are listening to your favorite artists.
Yeah, we've been admiring all the smells as they go by our studios here. One of CCM's official food sponsors is actually serving up more than just chicken for you.
And this is something you talk about all the time.
I
You
do.
love this place, Bojangles, offering up a specialty Star-Spangled Bow Box with proceeds going back to Folds of Honor. So if you don't know, Folds of Honor is an organization providing scholarships to families of our fallen military members and first responders. Cameron Marlowe, actually from Kannapolis, North Carolina, he was a contestant on The Voice, but if you have never heard him perform, if you've never heard him sing, he is incredible. I mean, if there is someone to come out and make sure you're out here for that, you do not want to miss that. So if you're at home right now, you might want to get those wheels a-turning so you don't miss it.
And you also want to be here because the great acts just keep continuing. Megan Maroney, she's taking the stage, the main stage there at 8:30. And then
Old Dominion. But let's talk about the headliners before the headliners. So our own Jamie Arnold and Andrew Dockery are going to hit the stage just before
bring
Old
out
Dominion to introduce them. So you do not want to miss that.
Back to you guys.
Look at those Myrtle Beach locals representing with all those dance moves.
You know what they need to do? They need to stop by our studio right here.
Right.
At least teach me a couple of moves. You're a fast study.
Eric already has a bit of a dance for Cowboy Casanova from Carrie Underwood, but I really think it's about time we revamp it a little bit.
Step it up a notch?
I think that they are just the folks to help you out.
As long as you're along to choreograph it, you always do.
We are not done at all. So next at 5:30, a new initiative at this year's CCMF, what the Myrtle Beach Police Department's doing to better protect you. Stick around. The active weather pattern responsible for 3 tornado warnings already this afternoon is still rolling through our area this evening. Right now we have even more live team coverage for you this evening. Our crews have been all up and down the Grand Strand giving you a first-hand look at what they're seeing all over our area. But right now we do need to head farther inland. Our Jenna Greenhill joins us live now in the WMBF First Alert Storm Chaser. Jenna, you're out in the PD where we're still seeing the highest number of reported power outages so far. They're up to about 2,000 now. So what are you seeing there? Let's bring up this live map here. This is from Duke Energy showing more than 1,000 people in Florence County are reporting outages. That is handedly the area seeing the most impact right now when it comes to outages. Hundreds more, though, having issues out in Horry, Georgetown, Marion, and Darlington counties. Power crews, of course, have been busy preparing for this powerful storm for days, and they're encouraging you to make sure you stay safe and, of course, report any outages in your neighborhood right away. Folks in Florence are really feeling it right now. So checking in on the outage map from Duke Energy right now, you're talking about 1,700 people currently without power, completely in the dark there in the Florence area. So crews out there certainly have a lot of work to do as they're trying to restore those folks.
And that makes sense. That's where we've already seen that line come through with those 60 to 65 mile per hour gusts.
You also got that alert not long ago about that report of a tree falling on a house in Marion, as well as a tree falling on a car in Marion. Fortunately, in both of those instances, no injuries were reported that That house, though, does have damage. We've also got boots on the ground in the second spot today to see a tornado warning. Our Ali Espinosa joins us live now in Cherry Grove, telling us how the situation there has changed in just the past half hour. Ali, I know last time we checked in, you were seeing signs flying. What's the situation now? This will make you do a double take. Watch. A Dorchester County driver captured this video. Wow. This was earlier today, showing a small, brief tornado. Yeah, small but mighty, picking up a car on Highway 54, flipping it over. Goose Creek police confirmed 2 people in that car that you just saw were taken to the hospital. Heading on down to the South Strand, where our Eric Richards joins us in Garden City. And Eric, I know every time I toss to you, it's calm. I toss to you, all of a sudden it starts raining on you. I'm sorry. Maybe that'll happen now, but How are things in the South Strand? Let's hope you're not getting rained on.
Well, you know what? Actually, Rachel, we are getting rained on right now. It's just a little drizzle, though, so I won't hold that against you.
As this first alert weather day draws to a close, Chief Meteorologist Jamie Arnold joins me with your first alert to a quieter next few days ahead. Let's all breathe a little bit easier now.
Yeah, breathing easier now that we are heading to bed. With these kind of storms, well, we're going to turn cold.
All right. Well, at least you get a couple days of rest.
But cold.
Don't do this all again.
All right. It's been a long day. It's all for our time here at 11. You can get updates tomorrow morning on WMBF News Today. As the sun comes up, we'll get a better look at what this storm left behind. Have a good rest of your night. See you tomorrow. Hey there, folks. Happy Angel Tree Day from all of us at WMBF. Now, today's a very special day. Right now, I'm here at Wholesale Furniture Gallery just down the road from the station for a very, very special reason. But first, I have to give you a little bit of a backstory. So while today is our telethon, you may have seen angel trees out and about over the last couple weeks. And we have one right in the lobby of our station. And the way it works is once people come and they grab their angel tag and they fulfill all of those wishes and needs, then they'll come and we'll refill the tree once all of them are taken. But the thing is, myself and a couple coworkers noticed that there was one tag, this tag right here, for a 5-year-old little girl that no one grabbed for weeks. And that's because her need right at the top of the tag is a bit of a big ask. She needs a twin bed. She needs a bed to sleep in. And that was something that just stuck on my heart so much. But the thing that I love about the holidays and what I love about Christmas so much is that it is a time for miracles. And I think that that's kind of what happened when I met Mark from Wholesale Furniture Gallery less than 48 hours ago. Now, Wholesale Furniture is a family-owned business. You guys have such a heart for the community. And when I shared this story to you without even flinching, what did you say?
I said yes.
It is the most wonderful time of the year here at WMBF. And as you can see, we already have some gifts here brought back in with their angel tags. And I mean, some child is going to be just so elated to wake up to a bike on Christmas morning. I mean, how many of you can remember that feeling? I will never forget the Christmas when I got a bike. So you have an opportunity today to be a part of a Christmas miracle for children right here in our own community. It's as easy as finding an angel tree like this. You can go to our website. Right at the top, you'll see the angel tree tab there. That'll show you where you can find an angel tree near you. We even have one here right in our lobby at WMBF. You grab a tag here and then you go shop for this child, their needs, their wants, and then you bring it back by the 12th unwrapped with the tag. But if you don't have time to go and shop, don't worry, because you can also make a huge difference by donating here. We want you to go ahead and call Norma and Tim here. Our phones have been a little bit quiet, but donations are truly one of the best ways to make an impact on these families, not just during the holidays, but all year long. We're getting into the final stretch now, and you just took a look at the tally of where we are on donations. How are we looking so far?
So right now, I would say we're really a little bit less than what we could have done like we did last year. People are having to choose, will my child get a Christmas or do I put groceries on the table?
And you're seeing that on the angel tags too, because we're kind of seeing a trend. I mean, I'm seeing twin beds, coats, things that so many of us take for granted.
We're looking at needs that they're putting on there. If we share that with the community and tell them that, help those teenagers, get those teenagers Christmas. And I think that's a big deal, and I think we could do it.
Yeah, I think so. And we share that with you as well, too.
Cool.
So this is your time. Lizzie, I got a phone right here. I'm waiting for your call. So whoever calls next and makes a donation, I'm trying to answer your call. So if you want to be on TV, you've got a couple seconds right now.
You folks right here in the Grand Strand have already gone above and beyond in showing your giving spirit.
And we knew you would. At last check, you viewers at home helped the Salvation Army and WMBF News raise $5,500 through today's Angel Tree Blitz Telethon. And your generosity will help make the holidays even brighter for so many kids and families in need. This is WMBF News at 5:30. Thanks for being here with us. I'm Rachel Bogle.
Good evening, I'm Eric Weisfeld. All right, get ready for the plummeting temperatures. They're coming.
Yeah, I picked a bad day to go sleeveless, y'all. Jamie brings you the first alert to our first real taste of winter this season.
Yeah, by the time you're leaving work tonight, there will be no doubt that a cold front has blown through.
A story that shocked the nation in 1994 is back in the headlines tonight as the South Carolina woman convicted of murdering her two sons learns her fate. Susan Smith will remain in prison after the state parole board unanimously denied her request for freedom today. Smith is serving a life sentence after confessing to strapping her 3-year-old son Michael and 14-month-old son Alex into their car seats, then letting her car roll into a Union County lake. She eventually admitted to killing her two sons. Before the parole board ruled today, a weeping Smith acknowledged her actions. A huge job fair will be happening in Georgetown over the next 2 days. It's all to help the hundreds of International Paper employees who will soon be without jobs. Our Stephen Schlink was there as those tables started going up. And Stephen, it's just been so impressive to see how quickly this community has come together to help these workers. But how fast were they able to put all this together? Short-term rentals have become a hot topic in the Grand Strand. In Myrtle Beach, city leaders want more short-term rentals and less long-term rentals. But in North Myrtle Beach, it's a different story. Our Logan Skijano was at a special workshop today where conversation focused on those short-term rentals and explains how the city hopes to regulate property owners. A high-stakes standoff is underway right now out in the PD, right where you're seeing here on this map on your screen. So the Florence County Sheriff's Office confirms right now units are on the scene of a barricade situation. This is along 3rd Loop Road, where they say a person has refused to comply with a probate court pickup order and has threatened to shoot deputies attempting to serve it. Well, thanks for joining us. Within just the past 20 minutes, the Florence County Sheriff's Office confirms to us that standoff ended peacefully and the situation is now all clear. But it was a very different story about 90 minutes ago when units were at the scene right along 3rd Loop Road. We have learned that suspect is in custody, but we are still working to learn the charges they're facing. We're told, though, that area is now secure and there is no risk to the public.
We were originally thinking as we head into Thanksgiving, and I'm okay with that.
I figured you would be.
Especially on Thanksgiving.
I agree. But you know what? It's nice to see consistent sunshine at least, because that keeps your spirits up.
Yeah, it does. Sunshine, although it's going to be some chilly sunshine, especially these next couple mornings.
I mean, honestly, after you eat your weight in turkey, dessert, turkey again, the last thing you want to do is be hot.
Yeah, I want to cuddle up in a blanket and take about a 6-hour nap.
And then go eat some more.
Right?
All right, polls are open for a little less than an hour now here in South Carolina. 55 minutes left. More than 61,000 people have cast their ballots between the early voting period and today, but it hasn't been without some frustration. Our Allie Espinosa is live for us in North Myrtle Beach tonight. Allie, you've been out there all day. What have you been seeing and hearing so far? There was so much polling and so much data coming out saying that Nikki Haley would actually have a better shot against Joe Biden in a general election than Donald Trump would. So why hasn't that been more of a factor? We do want to continue our conversation here with Justin Vaughn, our political analyst. And I had a question here for a lot of folks too. You know, I mean, Joe Biden's 81 years old. I mean, just doing math, another 4 years takes him to 85. So there has been quite a bit of conversation on the other side of the aisle lately about, you know, if he, God forbid something were to happen to him and he had to step back, or he just decided, you know what, after all, I can't do this. What would happen then? Would it automatically be Kamala Harris, do you think? Or what's going to happen within that Democratic convention? How would all of that transpire in that hypothetical situation?
Well, so you really think it's going to happen?
I think it's realistic that it could happen.
Donald Trump is the projected winner for the South Carolina GOP primary.
The Associated Press, in fact, called that race within just minutes of polls closing.
We're going to start off with our Julia Richardson live in Columbia. She was out at that Trump team campaign event earlier tonight. So Julia, that event ending a couple hours hours ago, but tell us what the energy was like inside when the race was called for Trump just minutes after polls closed. Spirited words there from Donald Trump, also hearing from South Carolina's Governor Henry McMaster saying, quote, "This is a great moment in American history." And then right there you can also see Tim Scott had just taken the podium. Looks like Donald Trump again back at the podium addressing that crowd there. We're going to have a lot to get to.
Yes, we have a very big night ahead, and we are going to begin online for you exclusively.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to be on WMBFnews.com in just a few minutes to break down all of the reaction here and some analysis of what these results mean. We also expect to hear from Nikki Haley tonight later on, so make sure you join us again on WMBFnews.com, also on your WMBF News app on your phone or your favorite streaming device.